so real, y'all so flawed. Take one good look at me, dog, and I bet you Tennessee the same thing. Arkansas, that's me on the grind, nigga, we from the shine, I don't need much see you. I must be blind, you would think I was standing on the clock when I rhyme, cause everything I say is right on time, and the only thing I got in common with a hood is one slip of the tongue and you in some big shit.
You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. Don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. No playground, you ain't see what I saw. Playing around, get your semen soft. Lay it down and get a billion thoughts. I pain you and that bully you brought. Bang, bang, it's some bullets fault. I can taste trouble like season salt. Bust bubbles of the niggas I fought. Rural rumbles, I ain't taking the fall. This my beef, I ain't show my dogs. Lion King, I can handle the hog. Like dope fiends, you feeling I'm wrong. Whole team and one in the ball, you know me. I handle the call, so to speak, but I'm ready to brawl. OG, we ain't taking the loss. Just nosebleeds and breaking your jaws. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you.
They say he practicing his sleep. You feel me? I'm switching. Let me keep shooting.
You have no idea. Huh? Nah, you have no idea. But I swam the diarrhea. Fly holes sticking to us like the rings in your ear. Close your eyes, she disappeared. Open your eyes, she's over here. Open her legs, I give her spear. No funeral, but she got killed. Let's get this clear. Elite over here. Y'all haters stay over there. Cross that line, get Jordan lines. And I ain't gon' get no tattoo tears. I'm real. Something you ain't seen in years. Matter of fact, you ain't seen until I got here. God brought me here. Game cold and brutal like hockey. Feel so chill. I don't wanna pop a pill. Nah, I just wanna pop a meal. So I'm popping bands like college. Good, I graduated school 50 meals. So trill. I'll be just and clear. I belong to how you get here. I'm high as fuck out the atmosphere. Don't bring me down, you will get killed for real. Don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do, but we know what we gonna do to you. You don't know what we gonna do.
Yo, what it do? I hope y'all ready to goddamn get it in. I don't like waiting, man. That's why I try to do a little intro. Let y'all get in here. You know what I mean? But if they come or not, you got to go down. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gonna really catch the rebound because they're gonna spit the info. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Let's see how they twist this. You know what I mean? I'm gonna touch on these yeah, man. Shout out to my brother on code 24/7. Salutes to Zay. You know, anybody else left the comments. I seen y'all come in and leave out. Y'all smash that like button as you come in. You know what I mean? You must not know where you at. You must have thought you wasn't gonna like it. Yeah. In that little clip. Seen all that, huh? Brother said that elongated scars, everything. It's like you say, hit that like button coming through the door. But man, I'ma just chop it up with my brother on code 24/7. You know what I'm saying? If none of y'all don't pop up, it's all good. Y'all gonna sneak in here later, like I said, catch it off the rebound, put it back up, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you scoring. You feel me? But I got it. Right? Yeah, I appreciate that. Let me jump right in there. Cause they're gonna hate. If my brother PNF pull up, you know what I'm saying, it's just gonna get worse. Y'all already know. Let me see. Yeah, you know, like I say, let me make sure y'all know. Let me make sure y'all know. Hold on. All right, hold on. Damn. Title of this one, you feel me? What's going on? Okay, there you go. Even though it's moving slow, it's responding slow. But yeah, Arawak Moors. I ain't finna play with you. I don't know why they got all this commercial on my stuff. Where that come from? I don't care nothing about all that commercial. What they got going? All right, here we go. You know what I mean? You gotta deal with people who've been talking about this. I don't want to see something from 2 years ago, but I like stuff like this 22 years ago. You know, I don't really deal with the Johnny come latelys. I hear him out, but it ain't like I ain't heard it before. You know, but I hear him out at all times. There's nothing to it. Hold on. I don't know why it ain't loading. It's loading slow. Let's see if I got any new family out here. Yeah, it's going down. Like I said, I ain't gonna even wait on them no more. They being, you know, they're in the shadows. I'm shadow banned, but they hiding in the shadows, right? This is what it is. Arawak Moors. We finna get it in, and to touch on the Arawak being Moors. That mean I'm finna take y'all to the oldest people. I'm dealing with the real Olmecs. I don't think I got the microphone, so I'm gonna have to. Do I? Hold on. All right. There you go. Image finally popping up. But yeah, we dealing with these, sometimes called Taino of Jamaica, better known as the Arawak. Yeah, we're gonna tap onto these Arawak last time in this chat. Okay, yeah, I got the God in the building. Yeah, yep. I appreciate that on code, sharing the link. All y'all good brothers. Yeah, we finna get it in, man. It's on. The Arawak are Moors. You know what I'm saying? Anybody disagree, make a video. You waste your time, because I'm finna prove it, right? When we talking about these Arawak being Moors, let me get my other banner up there. Huh? It's going down. It's finna go down. Let me leave that up there. Let that marinate. Take notes. If you were taking notes, that's the note right there. That's how we know we Moors, right? The prehistory of Jamaica saw 3 separate waves of colonization by Amerindian peoples. Somewhere between 5,000 BC and 4,000 BC saw the arrival of the Guanahata Bay. Well, shout out to my brother PNF, the Sea Ebony people, the Sebony people. We talking about those ebony people. You got Ibn right there. You feel me? So we talking about those ebony people, these bays. Do we know what bay means? We're gonna make sure you know in a second. All right. Somewhere between 5,000 BC. Top this. That's the type of shit I'm gonna say this, don't clarify us been here. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna just keep slapping you anyway. Somewhere between 5,000 BC and 4,000 BC saw the arrival of the Guanahatabe. You see the Shata? It's like Shata because sometimes you'll see the J. Even though we know we spelling Shata with the C right there, but it's still the same Hata. If you put the C, it would have been Shata. But instead of putting the whole guana, because it's G, C, K, S, all of these interchangeable. So instead of putting the whole guana or putting the G at all, they put the C and they say Shata. Or you'll see many times Atabe. Right? So you got to just pay attention to it. Tabe. But it's all coming from Guanahatabe or these sea ebony people. It sounded like they were from the sea. They were from the sea. These ebony people who follow the now submerged chain of small islands that used to run from the eastern Yucatan through Cuba and Jamaica, because there was once a sandbar, a land bridge connecting this Yucatan and Cuba and Florida, right? So they were cave-dwelling people who used basic tools for fishing and gathering. Like, if you're staying on these islands, you would have to stay, because hurricanes are coming. You're going to have to stay where something has been surviving hurricane after hurricane. You would have to go to these mountains to seek refuge, if not to seek your home at all times. Right? They were cave-dwelling people who used basic tools for fishing and gathering. At the time of Columbus's arrival, the Guanahatabe, don't like you don't see it, you know what I mean, were recorded as surviving in Western Cuba. They're still surviving. So we're talking about from 5,000 BC all the way to 1492, 1493, and beyond. All right. Next upon the scene were the Saladoid or Igneris people who arrived around 300 AD. Way after us. We had been here over 6,000 years damn it. They were the first wave of Arawak people to come from South America. Right? Saladoids brought with them their skill in fine ceramic shards, of which still turn up around the island today. The third wave saw the arrival of Arawakan people now known as the Taino, who came originally from the Orinoco region in Venezuela between 650 AD and 900 AD. So this is like the expulsion of, how the Moors invaded Spain around 711. Well, they became, Arawak by invading. These Taino invaded. I don't know if it was peacefully or whatever, but they definitely transplanted themselves around 650 AD to 900 AD. They reached Jamaica via the Dominican Republic and soon absorbed the Saladoid culture into their own. The Tainos enslaved the Saladoids. Yeah, they came to invade, making them a laboring underclass that was denied Taino luxuries such as hammocks and cassava. The Spanish later noted this underclass, calling them Navarias. At the time of Columbus' arrival in 1494, the Jamaican Tainos were part of the approximately 6 million Arawakan speaking people of the Great Antilles and the Bahamas, but they were known as Lucayans. They knew Jamaica as Yamaye, like we Yamasi, Yamaye, and Yama being that, Yam being the water. Yam is the name of the god of water. That's how all of these cultures in the world are one, Because if you study one thing properly, you'll see it. You'll have a grasp when you read these same words supposed to be of a different culture. They make sense to the other cultures. So it's all one, worldwide. You feel me? Research has proven that to me. Jamaica had over 200 village sites ruled by chiefs or khakis. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna go back up. Cause we ain't gonna let you off the hook. We talking about this prehistory of Jamaica. Let's see who in the building. For sure. All right, boom. So we still on these Guanahara Bay, who came here between 5,000 BC, 4,000 BC, sort of around the same time as the Phoenicians. Ain't that son? Right? Since we saying Guanahara Bay, what the world could that mean? Right? Bay and L are family names of people that belong to the nation of Moors. Y'all give me 1 second. Y'all read. Shut up. Yeah. That's my bad. All right, you better shut up. So boom. Right? Bay and El are family names of people that belong to the nation of Moors, also associated with the ancient Moabites. The name Bay or El was used as a title as well. Ultimately, Bay or El is used as a family name, like Soprano is for Italians, Don for Latins, or Lee is for the Chinese. Ain't that something? So, that ain't it. Since people also ask, what are the Moors? What are the L's and Bays? Ain't no secret. L is Cherokee. L, Cherokee, Bay, Choctaw. They is not done yet. Seminole, Al, and Creek. Or Al is Creek, and Ali, or L is Cherokee, Bay is Choctaw, Day is Seminole, Al is Creek, Ali, which is Al, means exalted or most high. As for titles, we must at the primary and foundational levels be L's and Bays before self-assigning titles that are earned by degree. These Indians are Moors, damn it. So hold up. Hold on. $5,000 BC, Guanahara Bay, huh? You know, and like the Mayan, the Taino, I don't know why they say the Mayan, but they let you know both of the Mayan and the Taino. You might well say also the Egyptian. Like the Egyptian, the Mayan, the Tainos, they all practice head shaping, whereby at birth, children had their heads bound to flatten their foreheads. Nose and ear piercing was also popular. The Tainos commonly played a ball game similar to that played in Central America called bate. Their diet consisted mainly of seafood and cassava. They had a complex animist spirituality, worshiping Zemus is what they call a god, or carved wooden gods, and believed in Hopi as a opiates, spirits of the dead who roamed the night. The Jamaican word duppy most likely stems from this word. Shamanistic states of mind and religious ceremonies were achieved by inhaling the powerful hallucinogenic jojoba bark. Must be a jojoba tree. All right. Let's see. All right. I might well read this one. However, this cordial relationship was not to last. The Taino were the first people of the New World to encounter the Europeans as they expanded westwards, and soon were to face harsh slavery and virtual extinction. However, they were not fully exterminated, as history has led us to believe. In 1655, when the English expelled the Spaniards, Tainos were still recorded as living in Jamaica. It was noted at this time that rural farmers spoke a dialect that was a mixture of Spanish, Taino, and African languages. Later, archaeologists will discover English lead shot amongst Taino artifacts, and almost 60 years earlier, in 1596, English privateer Sir Anthony Shirley sacked St. Jago de la Vega, later Spanish town, after being guided there by Taino tribesmen. Are these the Moors that sold out? Were they really Tainos and you thought they was from somewhere else? Yep, sacked Spanish town, right? Further, after being guided there by Taino tribesmen. Further, archaeological finds were later to confirm that Taino extinction was a myth. Although being enslaved and cruelly treated by Europeans, some Taino did survive, many escaping to the mountains to coexist with the Maroons. Once again, we talking about Moors, Maroons. Where still today many non-African plants are used medicinally. Plants that were once part of the Taino pharmacology. Hammock also are still made in Akampong in the Taino fashion, proving that the Tainos still survived for many years after the Spanish had left, with the Maroons in the mountains of inland Jamaica. Jamaicans still dark, so they couldn't have mixed in with some people that was anywhere near white, because Jamaicans wouldn't still look like the real Maroons, real Jamaicans. Right? So 5,000 BC, these Guanahata Bay. Get this over. Right? Let's go with you. See, they ain't even ready for that. Okay. The Guanahata Bay were archaic hunter-gatherers with a distinct language and culture from their neighbors, the Taino. They might have been a relic of an earlier culture that spread widely through the Caribbean before the ascendance of the agriculturalist Taino. So they might have been a relic. These Moors were a relic of an earlier Moorish culture that spread widely through the Caribbean before the ascendance of the agriculture. So that would mean before so-called slavery. There was a wide relic of an earlier Moorish culture. That's why you got a number of Moors or Maroons in these Bahamas and Caribbeans. Right? Oh, do I have my mic up? Hold on. Okay. What it do? I don't know. I ain't get no sound. I'll just say, yep, they even showing in the sign language. That's what's up. Let me get it like this then. You know, well, they put this in the Black History Month article. That's what's up. They on to something. I think they smell me. Right? Now in our second week of American Black History Month. Man, I hate when I can't just erase it. They playing annoying with all that. All right. Now in our second week of American Black History Month, and the theme, let me see. Matter of fact, I can play this. All right. That'll work.
Guanahatabi, Indigenous Caribbeans. Now in our second week of American Black History Month and the theme, People Who Changed the Americas, we explore the Caribbean and its historical relevance to the region across the Atlantic, starting with the Guanahatabi peoples, a small group of indigenous people to western Cuba. The Guanahatabi, also spelled Guanajatabi, were an indigenous people of western Cuba at the time of European contact. Archaeological and historical studies suggest the Guanahatabi were archaic hunter-gatherers with a distinct language and culture from their neighbors, and another group of indigenous peoples, the Taino. Currently, the leading theory on the origins of the Guanahatabi are that they may have been a relic of an earlier culture that spread widely through the Caribbean before agriculturalist Taino even became the agriculturalist pioneers in the region. Contemporary historical references, largely corroborated by the archaeological findings of Rouse, place the Guanahatabi on the western half of Cuba, adjacent to the Taino living in the rest of Cuba and the rest of the Greater Antilles. Once living in what is now known as the Pinar del Rio province and parts of Havana and Matanzas provinces, the group would have used the vast and very dense Cuban rainforest to support themselves and their communities. Archaeological surveys of the area reveal that the population is what we would consider anarchaic, as they were mostly hunter-gatherers who lived in caves and refrained from building houses or settlements. This is one of the first comparisons to the Taino that historians have established, as unlike their neighbors, the Taino they practiced no agriculture and subsisted mostly on shellfish and foraging, and supplemented their diet with fish and game. Furthermore, they were an aceramic, pre-ceramic community who preferred stone, shell, and bone tools and would have used grinding and lithic reduction techniques. Sadly, the language of the Guanahatabi is lost except for a handful of place names. However, what we do know is that the language was unequally distinct from the Taino, as when the Guanahatabi were contacted by Christopher Columbus, his Taino interpreter could not communicate with the group. As similar archaic sites dating back centuries have been found around the Caribbean, archaeologists consider the Guanahatabi to be late survivors of a much earlier culture that existed throughout the islands before the rise of the agricultural Taino. Similar cultures existed in southern Florida at roughly the same time, though this may be simply an independent adaptation to a similar environment. It is possible the Guanahatabi were related to the Taino, though no characteristically Taino sites have ever been found in their territory. Extinction or disappearance. Columbus visited the Guanahatabi region in April 1494, during his second voyage. The expedition encountered the locals, but their Taino interpreters could not communicate with them, implying they spoke a different language. The first known recorded use of the name, Guanahatabi, is in a 1514 letter by the conquistador Diego Velázquez de Cuellar. Bartolomé de las Casas also referred to them in 1516. Both writers described the Guanahatabi as primitive cave dwellers who chiefly ate fish. The accounts are secondhand, evidently coming from Taino informants. As such, scholars such as William F. Keegan cast doubt on these reports as they could reflect Taino legends about the Guanahatabi rather than reality. The Spanish made sporadic references to the Guanahatabi and the distinctive language into the 16th century. They seem to have disappeared before any further information about them was recorded. In the 20th century, misreadings of the historical record led scholars to confuse the Guanahatabi with another group specific to the Cuban region, the Siboney. Bartolomé de las Casas referred to the Siboney, and 20th century archaeologists began using the name for the culture that produced the archaic level aceramic sites they found throughout the Caribbean. As many of these sites were found in the former Guanahatabi region of western Cuba, the term Siboney came to be used for the group historically known as the Guanahatabi. However, this appears to be an error. Las Casas distinguished between the Guanahatabi and the Siboney, who were a Western Taino group of central Cuba subject to the Eastern chiefs. Post a comment. Comment.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely rocking with them. Guanahatabi. I'm sorry I wasn't showing my image earlier. I mean, this page like I should have been. Mm-hmm. Yep. It used to be a land bridge right here where you got the Guanahatabays. These oldest people, I'm pretty sure they were there when the land bridge still was, connecting Mexico and Cuba and Florida. Yep. These seafaring people. Y'all better act like y'all understand seafaring people are the Moors. Y'all can have them woods and goddamn valleys and shit. If you ain't got no waterway, the Moors ain't pulling up. Real talk. Way before cars, you had to have a boat. So that's how we were moving. One Shata Bay. How about that? Like that? It's just like that when you seen that J. Jata. On the Jata Bay. So it's Jata. This is how the vowels gonna change anyway. That's why it could be going to Hata Bay, going to Jata Bay, going to Shata Bay. Y'all like that Bay ain't there for nothing. Y'all know we looking at a compound word. It's not a one word. This is a compound word. Guana, Shada, and Bay. Well, like it's, it's not there. It's its own word, truly. And we know who the Bays are, who the L's are. Now you know who the Shata are. All that. Now you know the Arawak are Moors. Nigga. Hold on. Let's see if they got something on here. So y'all can tap into it a little more. Unfortunately, Guanahatabi and their language will have to remain a mystery. Well, they had petroglyphs type of writing, which I can show you. Let's see what we got. I was just looking at. Make sure. Yep, these ebony people, these Arawak, these Guanahara Bay, these bays. For sure. I don't think nobody, I'm sure y'all will try, but y'all can't take us out of that with no scholarship. Ain't no scholarship gonna prove that the Bay couldn't and doesn't mean these dark people. That's why when they changed it to is modern day, Guantanamo. Why do you think they got the Mo right there? Same reason they had the Bay right there. Huh? So classical Taino and Iniri or Arawak and Karina and Yao with Cariban, Macorix and Siguayo and Guanahara Bay are unclassified. Yeah, we're going way back. We talk about the original people of this part of the world. For real. No, I'm finna show you ain't nothing to really be claiming before this time period. We the oldest people right here for a reason, because North America North American was literally underwater, right? Right, we talking about thousands. Right now, to this day, they got thousands of glaciers. Right. All right, hold on. All right, let's go down here. Just to show you, y'all wasn't up here way back then. I just took y'all back over 7,000 years ago, and I'm telling you, your ass went in North America. Unless you was some seafaring motherfuckers like me. Because it wasn't nothing to walk on. Right. All right. Obviously, they say if the glaciers, the ice caps on Earth were to melt, the sea levels would rise 70 meters, which is approximately 230 feet. But it could be more than that, because the glaciers that they're saying was around these 12,000 years ago was over 2 miles thick. All right. The oldest glacier in Antarctica is 1 million years old. The age of the oldest glacier ice in Greenland is more than 100,000 years old. The age of the oldest Alaskan glacier ice ever recorded from a basin between Mount Bona and Mount Church is about 30,000 years old. Glacier flow moves newly formed ice through the entire length of a typical Alaskan valley glacier in 100, whatever. Let me see here. Right? And on, all right. Now they just went berserk on the numbers. They said it was, on another one I read, it was 2,000 something. But they are literally stating that based on the most recent comprehensive study in 2011. So, you know, it's been 12 years since we're sitting on New Year's Eve, right? There were about 27,000 glaciers in Alaska. Huh? Y'all want to play? Y'all want to play a game? Y'all want to play a game of what if, or what happened if you know, these glaciers melt? Or what happened when they melted? Huh? Alaska, however, the number of glaciers is a misleading statistic. Scientists are more interested in total glacial land coverage as a measure. The number of glaciers is less important since largely ones can split into several as they retreat. The amount of area of glaciers occupied in Alaska is trending downward. So that means it's melting. There's no way the amount of land that the glaciers is, encapsulating is on a downward scale. It's glacier ice, a type of rock. Glacier ice, like limestone for them, is a type of rock. Glacier ice is actually a mono mineral rock, a rock made of only one mineral. Like limestone, which is composed of the mineral calcite. The mineral ice is a crystalline form of water. Most glacier ice form, okay. All right. All right. How the hell I did that? Let me see what this is. What was I looking at? All right. We're gonna say this is a hypothesis, of course. That means an educated guess. A very educated guess. All right. Peace to the gods. I see L God in the building. UTLS. Y'all already know. I'm gonna get it. Let me finish. Right. Continental glaciers in North America. I'm gonna put y'all ass underwater where your ass was, since you don't know you was underwater. Oh shoot. Let me hide that so I can I ended up coming still. All right. Continental glaciers in North America. And you know, by them saying a hypothesis means they know it existed. They know by the effects that happen from it. They're assuming that this glacier must have been like 2 miles thick. Do you want to imagine some shit like that? Do you want to imagine one glacier a mile thick? A mile. Which is, you know what I mean? Big business, man. That's a long. That's a stretch. That's going around the track 4 times, and we're gonna stretch that out, straight long line, and that's just once. Now you have to do it 8 times around and stretch that all the way out to see how thick this glacier was. Right. This hypothesis says that much of the continent of North America was covered by glacial ice that was 2 miles thick and which extended over much of the Midwest. The idea of continental glaciation came from Louis Agassiz in 1840. He was Swiss, so he knew glaciers well. When he came to America, he found only mountain glaciers in the West, but he saw many features which he knew from Switzerland and which were associated with glaciers: eskers, moraines, outwash, kettle lakes, drumlins, came terraces. So this is the birth of lakes and all of these bodies of water. It's coming from a block of ice. Like I say, water in its natural form is a solid. I'll just, letting you know in the other video. Only thing that gives water any movement is sun. The sunlight is the only thing that moves the sun, the water. That's why the waters around the world, have waves. The oceans have waves. This hypothesis upset many people because it conflicted with other ideas, but it survived for 165 years of severe testing, mainly because no one could propose an idea which explained everything seen so directly. Agassiz was a professional figure who was overconfident and who made mistakes, right? Because but this idea has survived and evolved to the theory of continental glaciation, which has been applied all over the world. Diagram at left from Ann Stoller's Physical Geography shows many of the geological features that Agassiz saw. Other explanations for many of these features did not survive testing, but the glacial idea has gained support worldwide, explaining things demonstrating that the whole Earth's surface was substantially cooler in the geological past. Right, the topographic map on the Keweenaw shows a prominent esker near Mandan, which is a glacier. This feature forms as a subglacial river. This feature forms as a subglacial river, which gravels on top of a ridge with a glacier. It makes sense. With a glacier, it makes sense. Otherwise, otherwise it wouldn't make no sense. Let's see what I got. Yeah, we got tropical glaciers down in South America, right? Let me see. Yeah, that's why the desert done dried up. Ain't got that water. Probably was covering the ice all that time to the point now. It's not Oh, I thought I was sharing this, my bad. Glaciers are masses of snow that has been compressed into giant sheets of ice. Most glaciers were formed during the last ice age. So it seemed like not only did glaciers melt, but glaciers were formed at that time. The big melt would have flooded out North America, which was pretty much covered in that ice. Most of the world's glaciers exist in polar regions in areas like Greenland, the Canadian Arctic, and Antarctica. Glaciers also going to be found closer to the equator in some mountain ranges. The Andes mountain range in South America contains some of the world's largest tropical glaciers. About 2% of all the water on Earth is frozen. in glaciers. There's a lot of water because we know it's deep. So just to have any percentage of it in ice, I mean, that's a lot of ice. Glaciers can range in age from a couple hundred to thousands of years old. Most glaciers today are remnants of the massive ice sheets that cover Earth during the Ice Age, which ended more than 10,000 years ago. During Earth's history, there have been colder periods when glaciers formed and warmer periods when glaciers melted. Scientists who study glaciers are called glaciologists, right? Like today, glaciologists study glaciers for clues about global warming. Old photographs and paintings show that glaciers have melted away from mountain regions over time. Indeed, glaciers worldwide have been shrinking and even disappearing at an accelerated rate from the past several decades. Among the scientists studying the changes in glaciers is Aaron Christian Petit, a glaciologist at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Petit observes and measures the flow, fracture, and retreat of glaciers. All right, melting glaciers are one factor contributing to the global sea level rise. So wake up. America was underwater. A glacier 2 miles thick. Like ain't nothing we can do. As it melt, that's gonna be the great flood. This is the old land of the Bible. You would have had to been an Arawak. You'd have had to have a boat and been able to truly travel like the Moors in order to even navigate, the wilds of North America. Yeah. Let's see what I'm saying right here before I get out of here. I'm gonna still, tap on Guantanamo right quick. A little bit more. Laurentide ice sheet, principal glacial cover of North America during the Pleistocene epoch, which was from 2 million to 11,000 years ago. Its maximum extent is spread as far south as 37 degrees north and covered an area of more than 13 million square kilometers. In some areas, its thickness reached 2,400 to 3,000 meters, which is 8,000, 10,000 feet or more. Just that alone. We're talking about thousands of feet. The Laurentide ice sheet probably originated on the Labrador Ungava Plateau and on the mountains of the Arctic islands of Canada and centered over Hudson Bay. As it spread, the glacial mass appears to have combined with other ice caps that have formed on local highlands in eastern Canada and in northeastern United States. North America, third largest of the world's continents, lying for the most part between the Arctic Circle and the Tropic of Cancer, it extends from more than 5,000 miles to within 500 miles of both the North Pole and equator, has an west and east extent. Hold on. So North America is bounded on the north by the Arctic Ocean, on the east by the Atlantic Ocean, on the south by the Caribbean Sea, and on the west by the North Pacific Ocean. To the northeast, Greenland is separated from Iceland by the Denmark Strait, and to the northwest, Alaska is separated by the Asian mainland by the much narrower Bering Strait. North America's only land connection is to South America at the narrow Isthmus of Panama in Alaska. Okay, Mount McKinley in Alaska rising 20,000 feet above sea level is the continent's highest point. So these were the type of places that saved lives during the flood. Well, it would have been the only thing visible during all of this water world in America. So North America contains some of the oldest rocks on Earth. Its geological structure is built around a stable platform of Precambrian rock called the Canadian Laurentian Shield. To the southeast of the shield rose the ancient Appalachian Mountains, and to the west rose the younger and considerably taller Cordilleras, which occupy nearly one-third of the continent's land area. In between these two mountains belts are generally flat regions of the Great Plains. That's why it's the Great Plains. It was plain full of water, goddammit. You know, in the west and central lowlands and east. That's why it's such a rich area. Like they say, the continent is richly endowed with natural resources, minerals, wealth, vast forests, and immense quantities of fresh water, and some of the world's most fertile soil. So all this fresh water is coming from what? Those glaciers that was in this part of the world. So yeah, this land would have been off limits unless you want to come live on top of a glacier from the 2.6 million period to 11,700 period. Like you would have had to been living in an igloo. You'd have been living on top of a glacier. For real. Let's see, I'm back. Okay. Got the God in the building. All right. Let me finish. Yeah, Pin, I was touching on these Siboney, these ebony people. Right. All right. They call them obviously the Siboney, Siebony people. Real Arawaks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't know nothing about all this. Yeah, they got going on. Oh, when you say ebony. Let's see if they familiar like we familiar. Mm. The Siboney, huh? So it's got the cigar and all. Mm. That Asian invasion is strong, man, in America. For real. Goddamn Asian. Yep, that Zhang He. Yep, Zhang He invaded before Columbus. Boy, he left his mark. Hold on. Man, this man got the name Lacono like he the real Arawak. Because you a Briton that speak like you Jamaican. That's all. Or do you think you're a Jamaican that speak Britain? You ain't the Lacono. You ain't the real Arawak. Mm-hmm. So who the Guanahata Bay, nigga? Lacono. Drop that science, Lacono. You got an Arawak name like you really that language. Yeah, I know what your name mean, but that don't mean nothing. You just sound good. So why they got the Mo on Guantanamo? Why was it Guanahata Bay? B-E-Y. And now it's B-A-Y. Not much of a difference. Ketchup, mustard. Yeah, and they already know. I can do it like that too. Let me see. Ooh, girl, what you do? Let's see. So I like what you call it. Google. I like Google a little more than Yahoo. I be looking for something to read, not just no images. All they want to talk about is the prison, Guantanamo Bay. That's the new age name. Okay, let me go on the map. All right, we could just use this. The original people on this island were the Guanahata Bay. Because you remember right here on this end, I was showing you how it would have been connected to the land bridge that would have connected Cuba to South, Central America, South America, or Mexico, and also Florida. So the Guanahata Bay people is the reason you have Guantanamo Bay. This time it's B-A-Y, but we know the Guanahata Bay was B-E-Y. Huh? Just like right here in Cuba. What is it saying? Bayamo. Y'all be thinking Mo is there for no reason. Come on, man. Catch up, Mustard. All right. All right. So you got these Guanahata Bay is Sea Ebony people. All those squares, even Sea Ebony, and it's like another circle that represents the Guanahata Bay, with two of them. Yep. Only the dark circle is Taino, which it seems like to be towards the bottom of Cuba. Everything else you're looking at is a different form of Guanahata Bay and Sea Ebony people. Guanahata Bay domains. Right. Guanahata Bay. Y'all already know BEY. It is what it is. You can't take it from us. You know what I'm saying? We them boys. Dang, I ain't know Cuba was that much bigger than Jamaica. Guys, damn. Yucatan Channel. Bahama Channel. Bahama Banks. See, this is the area populated by the Sea Ebony people. All right. So all those lines is the Taino. You know, and you find the Sea Ebony people in pockets up along the coast. Right. So these who you call the Geechee. These Maroons. Just like in Cuba, you definitely have more town. I said Cuba in Jamaica. Yeah, man, Guantanamo. So nobody knows why the Mo there. Nobody knows why the Bay, the BEY, Guanahata Bay. Nobody knows why that's there. Mm-hmm. Yep. These dark-skinned seafaring people, since we know more means a seafarer, more means a traveler, they all, and bay means more. So, it ain't nothing to play with. It's done data. It's a done data. And you also know when this ice melted, your ass was under snow. I mean, you was under water. The people who was living in that ice, Eskimo-like people, these maybe Powhatan, Lenni Lenape people saying they Siberians, they probably were living like Eskimos in this frigid weather. And as it melted, this is where they get their folklore story of literally coming from the mud. These people came from the mud because they were here and they were a part of the flood. They stayed in that ice, so they were part of that slush that ended up washing up. I'm sure all of them didn't make it, but the ones that did, would have said they literally emerged from the mud. So that's pretty much their story. And I'm just trying to make sense of it because that would beg the differ that there was a flood because we're dealing with these giant glaciers. We're dealing with, look at the continental glaciers. Just imagine. They're already telling you 10,000 feet thick and all. Man, 2 miles thick prehistorically. Like, ain't no surviving that. Mm-hmm. What was their ethnicity? Bays. Guanahata Bay region. All right. Once again, we got that map to show you where was Guanahata Bay. We have been that red tip and that green tip at the bottom of Cuba is where we have modern day Guantanamo Bay, but it's all the same name. It's just a conundrum of the same name. And the sea ebony people. The ebony people of the sea. Guanahata Bays. Sea ebony. Arawak are Moors. The Arawak are Moors. Let me see. Make sure y'all know that. But that's the whole point of this. You know what I mean? The Arawak are Moors debate that Guanahata Bay, what the bay means, huh? Guantanamo, what the mo means. You know what I mean? Man, that dude, man, you keep trying to put that dude in America. Huh? These Arawak are Moors. Yeah. Guanahara Bay. These sea ebony people. They blow that word up for you. So you can go get familiar with it. And while you do that, do this. Shout out to PNL for the goddess Ata Bay. Guana Ata Bay. Get your mind right, man. Y'all be hating on yourself, man. Ain't no more. Man, what you think this bay is about, man? What you think these be one words, or do you got enough people have enough sense to understand this is a compound word? For real. And she in the birthing pose. And she got those two, sacred locks hanging down the same way, the Jewish and rabbi communities do. They got it from us. Atabey or Atabey Ra, Bera, Bera. Defines prime matter and all that is tangible material and has several manifestations. One is the aforementioned nurturing maternal figure. Like I say, that's the birthing pose. That's it. And who is that? The goddess herself. Atabe. Guana Hatabe. Shata. Atabe. Tabe. Bay. Yeah, we them. It's us. The Moors in this bitch. I done kicked the dough in for the Moabs. You better believe that. Ada Bay is a goddess who oversees lakes, rivers, and water in general. So all this North America would have been under the rulership of Ata Bay because it was underwater. Bring your ass to the south, man. Stop being scared you're going to get black. The sun going to cook y'all, and y'all sad about that. Tighten up. Get you a nice, dark complexion. Stay out that snow. If y'all, I hope y'all just stay up there. Don't worry about it. We ain't gonna miss y'all down here, man. You know what I'm saying? You can have the snow. Shoot, I can have the beaches, man. That's just a fair exchange, man. You can have that. All right? Y'all stay where y'all at. When the flood come or whatever, man, just live on boats. Tell it. Got thousands of glaciers still right there in North America. Yeah, y'all keep playing. So, including the cultivation of tobacco. So, without Atabey, we didn't even have tobacco. She was the driving force, that water, either from the lakes or the rivers or water in general. Atabey combines ancient wisdom, modern knowledge, and timeless practices to craft transformational healing experience. Book a session. Yeah. Now, tell me how, strange that is. These Indians always eating turkey. They even got the Turks and cow in the cow islands or whatever in this part of the world. And, the Indians eat turkey. And then, you got Atabey is a town and district of Isparta province in the Mediterranean region of Turkey. The mayor is Ali Bal. The population is 4,153 as of 2010. Okay. Let's touch that. Okay, so Zimmy. Zimmy mean God. Yeah, that's my bad. But yeah, I'm gonna have to just pretty much wrap it up. I was trying to see when my brother popping up. Shucks, my sister just showing up. What? Come on now. And we just was showing. Come on, same time. That's just confirmation. Dang. You went there now. It's probably Allah baby. That's real. You wanna talk that Geechee? Let's get it. Cause Geechee pen on Creole. How about that there? Geechee pen on the Gullah. Really? What the Gullah ever did to make them foreigners respect them? The Geechee do what it do. They put the smack down. You know what I'm saying? They gave their lives and they took lives and whatever else, man. Like they fought for their respect, you know, for their land. Why people be scared of a cave, man? Come on, UTLS. Get real, man. You on an island. You don't know the hurricane coming? Bro, that's just like if you in the neighborhood and you got this old school they built back in the days from blocks and bricks, and this city done seen 50 hurricanes, and this building has seen them all and survived. You go into that building, man. You on the island, man. You don't know how bad this hurricane coming. I bet you know the hurricane the mountain is gonna survive that hurricane, bro. You're not even gonna feel a thing. You're not even gonna know it was a damn hurricane. What can it do to the volcano? I mean, to the mountain for you to, you know, be affected? You would not be affected. So, you know, our people have been drowned out by North America glaciers. You know, our people have had these floods and all these other reasons to live in mountains. And obviously, it must be something about it because the foreigner kicked us out of the mountains. And every chance he got, wherever he found us, you know, coming together and staying in mountain ranges, you know, they started making them state parks and stuff and locking us up or, you know, forcing us out. And these people had always been there. So cave dwellers don't mean they walked on all fours. It don't mean they have forms of writing. It don't mean they, you know, didn't farm or do whatever they needed to do. They just lived on high, is the point. For real. It's just like having a fortress. Like, come on now. Afghanistan is 80% mountain. Germany is majority mountain. So you know what that means, Germany is? Majority underground. You inside a damn cave. Whole city. I ain't lying, you underground for the majority of it. So with Afghanistan, all these places be in majority mountain, they're impenetrable. What bomb is you going to drop that's going to blow up a mountain? You don't have a bomb that can blow up a mountain. Why you think you can't go to the mountain? Why you think they tear down our little projects? Our projects, were built strong. They had to get rid of them. So now, when they want to come step down and kick niggas out, the bullets can fly through the walls. Or if somebody else wants to come, be a terror, then they can shoot straight through. So things like that is why the cave would have been impenetrable. It's called a fortress. A lot of times when we see these humongous structures like the Sphinx and these super humongous pyramid, they really were just mountains, and they carved out a mountain. That's what it is. So even if you stayed in that pyramid or that mountain that you carved into a pyramid or a Sphinx, wouldn't you still be a cave dweller? You know what I'm saying? A mountain dweller? You just have shaping it up. Made art out of it. But hey, I know you see it. Definitely gonna let that sink in, man. Arawak Moors, man. That's for real. We dealing with the Guanahara Bay, aka Guantanamo Bay. We're gonna act like we know what Bay mean. We're gonna act like we know what Mo mean. I know we know this. I think this is, yeah. So they, all right, let me see. They got that Bay, B-E-Y, and everyone. Just to let you know. We're going to act like that was an accident. Because we're going to ignore that the oldest people in America, these people from 5,000 years ago, 5,000 BC, over 7,000 years ago, these Guanahara Bays, we're going to act like they wasn't Moors. Yeah, just for kicks and giggles. Yeah. For real. Right. All right. Oh, shit. No wonder. Just to reiterate it, just in case people didn't see it in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's how we going to do it. Y'all smash that like button for y'all get up out of here before we get up out of here. You know what I mean? Let me see. Man, salute the, you already know, Lord of the Crickets. Mm-hmm. All right. One more again. Let me see. Do I have a reader? No, I read it. Just a little something, just to make sure you know. Gotta rub it in. The prehistory of Jamaica saw 3 separate waves of colonization by Amerindian peoples, somewhere between 5,000 BC and 4,000 BC. Saw the arrival of the Guanahatabe. The Guanahatabe, or Siebeni people, the Siebeni people, the Ebony people. Right? Right? Who followed are now submerged. Is now submerged. Chain of small islands that used to run from the eastern Yucatan through to Cuba and Jamaica. Like I said, it was a land bridge connecting the Yucatan and Cuba and even Florida. They were cave-dwelling people who used basic tools for fishing and gathering. At the time of Columbus' arrival, the Guanahatabe were recorded as still surviving in western Cuba. Let's just rub it in a little bit. Let's show them again. Guanahatabe. Man, Guantanamo Bay. We don't know what Bay means. We don't know what Mo means. We sleepy individuals. You know what I mean? Y'all just about to bend one. Peace to the God. What's going on, brother?
Hey, what's happening, man? What's happening? Yeah, man. I was busy. I just got back from work, so that's why I ain't hop up. But yeah, I'm just trying to goddamn let these folks know ain't nowhere to run, man. This is why they hate us, man, because they wanna on a surface celebrate this Indian shit. But when we get to researching, oh, they go Bay, they go Eel, they go Ali, nigga. Nigga, you ain't nowhere to run, nigga. Nowhere even the Haitians you can't run, nigga. They Moors too, nigga.
Yes, sir.
Nigga, nowhere to run. Cuba now. Don't get to talking about Cuba. First of all, I got family from Dominica. One of my cousins married a Dominica, and they're Moors. They say that shit in your face, and they don't like calling themselves black. They will beat your ass. I'm letting you know that right now, and they ain't no coons. They just letting you know I know my nationality. That's how Dominicans talk.
Yep.
So Cubans is Latin American culture with the oldest Moorish architecture they hide. So me being from Chicago, you gonna have these type of connections like that with these type of people.
Yeah.
And I know you from Miami, so I know you meet these damn people down there.
Man, you know I know them. I know them.
I know you know. So I'm telling these damn tethers, nigga, y'all don't know shit about no Cuba. Don't you know they tell us stories and shit about Castro and Muslims more than they gonna tell you damn tethers? Nigga, fuck is you talking about Russia and goddamn Cuba? Them is fucking Muslims, nigga, down there, nigga. They is keeping up with architecture you damn tethers want to destroy, nigga. Goddamn tethers.
Yep. That's why nobody don't want to talk about Washington. You know what I mean? Like, how dare they? Like, everybody
they just gonna ignore the Washita. They gonna skip the Moors straight to the Washita. Nigga, the Washita said there was Moors before everybody.
Yep. And said they wasn't from Africa and all that shit before anybody.
Yeah, and they said they dug the mound. Now here come goddamn real rap young ass, nigga. When Empress was out there, Verdiaci, that nigga real rap was like 2 years old, nigga.
Exactly.
Get your ass out of here, nigga.
Yep, that lady was dead and gone before you even woke up to any of this.
They don't even understand when we was coming into this information from racist public schools that they didn't go through like us. when we seen the goddamn video with Asher Quessy and Empress what's her name? Empress Verdiacy, that was our, Dr. Francis Quest Wilson, that was our media back then, our YouTube, nigga. We was happy to hear this shit like, yes, nigga, we Indians, fuck crackers. Nigga. See, and that lady came out and said she was a Moor. We still wasn't waking up to the leadership of the global Moors back then. You feel me? And she was a cold-blooded Indian from the Washita, the Shata. Same people. Now, guess what happened right after that? Here come this strong-ass Chief Gillum Warhorse-looking woman. Talking about she a goddamn Shata, and Moors ain't here. Y'all don't see the connection to Shata. Chief Warhorse saying Moors ain't from here. She is the government counter agency to go against Washita because we on the internet 6 years ago, pushing this shit. So here come this old ass broad magically saying Moors ain't from here. Then here come Phoenix Moon do the interview with her. Y'all ain't even peep that shit. That ass is, man. Y'all ain't even peep that shit. Nigga, Phoenix Moon interviewed this manly looking ass Chief Warhorse from New Orleans. She said it. Even Dane Calloway got a soundbite with her saying Moors is not from here. That is the anti or the counter of the Washita.
Yep.
That's all that shit was.
Yep. Exactly. And that's all and that's all they have to go by.
That's all they got, man.
And bro, we got her on record, motherfucking, like saying we were Moors before she ever switched out. You know what I'm saying? Like these people, man. Like, even Chief Warhorse, like, man, she definitely is not the end all be all, man. You know what I mean? She way newer compared to Empress Verdiaci.
Yeah, exactly. She on the scene later like that Yaffa Baytime and type shit. And we try to get in that silly ass, I don't even want to do your platform because I'm going to call this broad all types of B words. If we try to get on this motherfucker tribe, this motherfucker will get up here and tell you to your face, y'all ain't no Moors, we the Indians. Now let's go to their tribe. All right, we the Indians. Oh no, y'all can't come over here though. I don't know about all that now. You just said we the Indians, bitch, and you the motherfucking leading tribe. We rocking with you. You feel me? You ain't got shit for us, so shut the fuck up. Fuck is you talking about, old ass lady? And you whack ass Choctaws ain't got nothing for nobody in no inner city. We live in inner cities getting jobs. So our Moorish nationality protects us from the police, and our religion protects us from these fake ass religions out here. We in the city. We ain't talking about no damn Choctaw reservation, nigga. What is they talking about? Nigga, we in the whole time with a name. We got a name. Everybody got a name. Some Choctaw from a goddamn city in Texas, Louisiana is harassing Moors on YouTube. Can't make this shit up. Can't make it up, man.
Hey, matter of fact, what is crazy behind that said on his channel? Because he wouldn't let me respond and kick me off. Damn.
Real rap. I seen him when he didn't let you talk early. He made me sit up there for 30 minutes till I finally said something.
Yep.
I'm like, nigga, you ain't never did that before. So I'm imagining he got in his feelings because Indy and Matt came on my channel, right, and said some shit when I'm doing a Sagamore video. He gonna say, y'all Moors always stealing somebody's shit. Man, I'm like, man, get your ass out of here, nigga. That ain't no real rebuttal. Nigga, that's some motherfucking female shit, nigga. If you see a nigga with some information, you pull out the source. Like, nigga, you just lied, nigga. That's how we do it. Hey. You don't motherfucking get in your feelings, nigga. I'm like, man, get up. And then Real Rap want to get in his feelings right after that, because your motherfucking homie ain't no real nigga.
Bro, he found a hill that he gonna die on. Like, he always be talking about he gonna die on that hill. He found one.
He found one he gonna die on. Yeah, Real Rap was a good little nigga, man, but he gotta go.
Yeah, he gotta go. Because, like, it's goofball shit. You know what I'm saying? The community don't even need it. Like, we got to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Like, scholarship only. We done showed you the way. If you could erase all of that out of your head, you wouldn't even try this shit. You wouldn't even try to teach. You'll leave it alone. But he said he didn't need us. You know what I'm saying? He don't need none of the knowledge you got from us. Nigga, there is no knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because you would have demonstrated it well before. You know what I'm saying? So we the truth, man. Y'all know good and goddamn well. Like I say, shout out to PNF, man. Ada Bay. You remember, like I just said, Guanahata Bay. You remember the Guanashada Bay. Guantanamo Bay. The Sea Ebony people. You see them? You see the Sea Ebony? Got these real ebony people. You've been killing that too lately. All I already know. It's goddamn. It's a blowout. It's, you know what I'm saying? We gonna stop this game at halftime. It's 21-0, man. It's 21-0. We gotta stop this.
Me calico.
You know what I mean?
On the real, that's just how I see it. This ain't beef, I'm just killing chicken. Leave them stinking like a pot of chillin'. Might not smell it, but you bout to feel it. On the real, that's just how I see it. This ain't beef, I'm just killing chicken. Leave them stinking like a pot of chillin'. Might not smell it, but you bout to feel it. I'm be real at the end, been real at the beginning. I've shedded tears, but not in prison. Signed with sincerely, but didn't start with dearly. We ain't friends, don't know why you're talking to me. I know it's a sin, but I sock it to him. Crack from his chin to his shin, don't fool with me. If things break down, I got that tool with me. Charcoal black, like I came down the chimney. You all rap. If I spit it out, then you know I meant it. Even if you stayed on my couch, just stay out my business. We stay the same through the drought, you just not connected. We plugged in like electricity to your house and send it. On the real, that's just how I see it. This ain't beef, I'm just killing chicken. Leave them stinking like a pot of chitlin'. Might not smell it, but you bout to feel it. On the real, that's just how I see it. This ain't beef, I'm just killing chicken. Leave them stinking like a pot of chitlin'. Might not smell it, but you bout to feel it. If it ain't real, then I'm not gon' feel it. Won't sign no deal, they ain't talking millies. You not gon' tax me, boy, you talking silly. I could be your plug's plug with them highest numbers. We can't sell the same drugs, them competition's killer. Never been on billboards, but I look familiar. My sack bigger Santa's, but it's not December. Heard your contract got a clause, let my lawyer skim it. I'm trying to make sure that you ain't scheming. I'm trying to see tours, you trying to see my demons. Trying to get paid like Floyd, like we pay for viewing. Why they sing the same song, but they not go through it. On the real, that's just how I see it. This ain't beef, I'm just killing chicken. Leave them stinking like a pot of chitlin'. Might not smell it, but you bout to feel it.